A good Wednesday afternoon to you. Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, which represents 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Tale of two areas of low pressure across North America, one off the west coast, one off the east coast. And you can see that they're both fairly strong, and this one's powering up. This one might be starting to fill just a little bit. We have a ridge of higher pressure in the middle right now, and the weather pattern is such that it does look like the areas generally east of the Rockies are going to continue on a cool trend, and especially as we get into the northeast United States. These are currently showing wind, and you can see that there's some pretty strong wind gusts. And if we zoom in here, you can see where those stronger wind gusts have been. Note that circulation goes all the way down to northern Florida, with the northwest backside of this area of low pressure. This is going to be pulling away gradually, and it's going to continue to provide us with snow. A lot of upslope component snow here, and as well across north central Vermont, the northeast kingdom. Probably least amounts of snow are going to be areas where the winds will be actually strongest, a little tiny bit of downsloping. But these look to be fence line or marginal at about 35 to 45 miles per hour. All of that taking place this afternoon before winding on down. So looking at that area of low pressure, you can see that it's over the northeast United States, and this is valid about 1 o'clock this afternoon. And we can see that the area of low pressure pulls away, but also precipitation continues with a kind of a trough that lingers all the way back, gathering a little bit of that Great Lakes moisture and pulling it lee of the Great Lakes. And this moisture here up in Quebec kind of swinging back around. So this is going to continue to plague us, it looks like, into Thursday, and the last flakes don't really get out of here until along about Friday. And you can see that whole process here with a blustery wind continuing during the day on Thursday. This is into Thursday night. And finally we lose that Friday morning, Friday afternoon. The last flurries begin to push away. Then we have very cold Arctic air that's up to the north of the Great Lakes. We have a lower latitude system trying to make a run toward us, but note that area of higher pressure, 1041 hectopascal, located over Ontario, and that system is really going to be the controlling influence on our weather through this coming weekend. It's also going to set up some very cold temperatures. And note the middle Atlantic states are going to see probably some snowfall with that little jet stream energy working off the eastern seaboard to our south. No issues for us. But note the elongated area of higher pressure now that goes all the way back 1035 hectopascals over Texas, all the way back into Maine. This is going to be one of those kind of cases where we have a very nice stretch of benign weather. The next precipitation to watch will be a shortwave trough producing a little bit of flurry activity, Alberta Clipper system, relatively moisture starved, and it's going to kind of fall apart on Tuesday as it makes a run into Vermont. And then a little bit of flurry activity at that point coming off the Great Lakes. And I'll take you through 10 days here. You can see another higher latitude system, but it's cold. Looks like it's all snow. This is a more powerful Clipper system. Could evolve into a nor'easter. We'll see what happens. That's about day 9. Looking at the GFS ensemble, you can see the total QPF is about somewhere around 7/10 if you look at the average. The blue line is the most recent model run, and it has definitely lowered things, so we are a little closer to, say, 6,500ths of an inch. And this is from the same storm system. This is valid 12Z tomorrow, the 10th, and lingering through the 16th. But you can see that there's not a whole lot of other precipitation to worry about here. And as we look at the 3-hourly QPF, you can see that that is just a little burst of snow that takes place during the day tomorrow. And then things kind of calm down and dry out. Weather Prediction Center from the folks at NOAA, National Weather Service, shows that a lot of action taking place really along the western coast. They have the big ridge of higher pressure, not a whole lot going on, and then the northeast storm. And, of course, another system coming off the middle Atlantic, which will power up some higher precipitation amounts, but not until it's off the coast. This is 850 hectopascal wind, so just wanted to show you around 40, 45 knots. This is under thresholds for us typically. You have to get about 50 knots at 4,500 to start showing things up at the summits. But note, we do have 35 to 45 mile an hour winds the rest of today, and that's what this uptick is here. Looks like the winds start to try to make a little bit of a run, but they don't really power down to the surface, but there'll be some gusty northwest winds over the next 3 days. This is the good news here. This is what we want to see. This is being the 0 degree isotherm. This is 850 hectopascals, approximately a slice of the atmosphere about the top of Mount Mansfield. And you can see those temperatures make their coldest here on the 11th into the 12th, and indeed that's where we're going to see our coldest temperatures. And we have a little bit of a moderation and then back to colder temperatures. Now the European wants to continue this moderation back to about 0 degrees isotherm, but not until way down the road a piece. And then finally, here is our daily diurnal range and temperature with your maximum temperatures. A pretty good fall over the next few days, getting down to -10. You can see some of these temperatures here in the GFS ensemble. And then daytime highs start to rebound and moderate upward as that area of higher pressure begins to become a little bit ripe and weakens. And we'll start to see a bit of a southerly flow bring in some temperatures back into the teens and 20s. This is a very cold-looking forecast, no doubt about it, and it probably has something to do with the stratospheric warming event that we've seen back over Christmas. So with precipitation types, we're beyond this point here, and as a matter of fact, we can move this. We're all into snow all the time, and that's what we want to see. GFS ensemble prediction of total snowfall is somewhere around looks like 6 to 7 inches for the Barry-Montpelier area, EF Knapp Airport. Here's our weighted temperatures. You can see we're running 6 to 9 degrees below normal with the next 5 days of meteorological output statistics mean. And then about 3 days later, running about 6 to 9 degrees below normal as well. Note this area of warming kind of stays the same. This is our current conditions of the climate reanalyzer. This is some of the colder air that's going to be working on in. And temperatures reduce differences here about 0.5 of a degree Celsius, half a degree Celsius. Northern hemisphere 0.8 of a degree up. Southern hemisphere is only 0.2. Arctic is actually down now. Note all the colder air in the Arctic. This is going to be replaced by warmer air probably by the end of the week. So these numbers will be changing in Antarctica. It looks like right now it's pretty close to normal. Tropics continue to be about 0.5 degree above normal Celsius. And again, this is related to the baseline of 1979 through 2000. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.